On March 14th, we have a total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. It's really complex energy. I'm going to break it down step by step to make it more understandable. If you like the video, I'd love it if you could like and subscribe to my channel. It helps folks find me. So, total lunar eclipse in Virgo. Total just means that the nodes of the moon are right next to the moon and sun. Eclipses happen when the nodes of the moon are within 15 degrees of those objects in the sky, and that's when the moon or the sun appear to disappear in the sky, okay? Lunar meaning that the moon is blocked out, not the sun. And so there'll be a couple of hours on March 14th where if you look at the moon in the United States, we'll be able to see the eclipse. It will be blocked. It will look, it kind of takes on a reddish quality. And that's the eclipse part, right? And so in ancient times when eclipse happened, it was a big deal because it was an extraordinary event and the lights, the things that light our way, disappear. And so there's a vibe around eclipses where it's almost like a reboot of some energy in our chart, kind of like when you reboot your computer. The light disappears and it's a moment to connect to something deeper, to have some new message, maybe a karmic correction come into our life. When I say karmic correction, sometimes around eclipses, things disappear or appear in our life and bring, like you could say, little lessons to us. If we were holding on to something too tightly and refusing to let go, there's a possibility of that thing disappearing, kind of thing. It's past its due date, right? Maybe our ego didn't want to let go, but we're like, but in the world or, you know, whatever, don't want to get into theology too much, but something happens to correct us and make sure we're in alignment with the energy of the moment. Okay. Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign, feminine sign, receptive energy that is, it has so many different archetypal themes associated with it. It's the sign of the virgin, not virgin in the sense of never having had sex, right? More virginal in the way a woman or a female archetypal figure maintains themselves for themselves. This quality of focusing inward on one's own divine nature to the exclusion of the rest of the world. And so there's a quality about Virgo that has to do with purification and humility, right? Virgo's a very humble sign, and service and attention to detail, even cleanliness sometimes. Sometimes people with a Virgo moon one of the ways they might calm themselves is by putting things into order. So there's this quality of Virgo about analyzing and ordering, judging what fits and what does not fit. So it has this harvest moon kind of quality. It's time to separate the wheat from the chaff and protect that which will sustain us and let go of that which will not. I bring all of this in because it's a south node eclipse, and south node eclipses have to do with letting go. Wherever we have a south node, it's got this spiritual quality. It can draw us into a purification that means the spirit is more important than my own material welfare on some level, or I want to really ensure that that which I'm holding on to is that which I need versus that which maybe I'm afraid of letting go of. I know I'm sort of repeating that idea, but it's really coming to me that that's the energy of this. So with this full moon eclipse, lunar eclipse, it's in the third decan of Virgo. And the tarot card associated with this decan is the 10 of Pentacles. If you can look at this really closely, Pentacles are Earth, represent Earth, right? And in this card, it's actually what we see, according to Rachel Pollack, and I think she's right. She wrote 78 Degrees of Wisdom, one of my favorite tarot authors. This is a picture of Odysseus. If you've ever read the Odyssey or heard the story of Odysseus traveling the world, He went on an adventure, and in the course of his adventures, learned all these lessons about himself. The Odyssey story is a story of individuation, if you've ever heard that term in Jungian concepts. And so there's this way when we take an internal journey or take risks in life and live through difficult experiences, we come to know our strengths and weaknesses and become closer to ourselves, right? And in this picture, Odysseus it's the end of the story when he returns home and nobody recognizes him except for the dogs. His family does not recognize who he is. So how does that relate to Virgo and the energy of this full moon eclipse? Well, Virgo really has a quality or the potential of a desire to perfect oneself in the material world, to individuate, to separate out the parts of ourself that don't belong to us and step more fully into that virginal essence of who we are at our core. And so that's the best of the Virgo energy. We all know the Virgo energy that can be about judgment and saying, you need to improve, this and that. I think I've talked about before, I have a lot of Virgo energy. In fact, my sun is right on top of this eclipse. And I have a tendency, my husband's a great cook, and I'll be like, yeah, but you could just add this little thing and it would make it taste better, right? And so that can be the Virgo energy, kind of constantly trying to improve things. And also at the higher level, it's about purification and about a deep desire to connect with that which is necessary and let go of that which is not necessary. So this fits really well with a South Node lunar eclipse, because the South Node itself is about letting go. It's about letting go of that which does not fit. So that's the vibe. And in your personal life, this is a great time to make those decisions. If you have an excess in some part of your life, maybe you've been holding on to things because they make you feel comfortable or safe, or you're out of fear, because we do have a little fear in this eclipse chart. We've got Saturn at the root opposite this lunar eclipse, and conjunct the sun. So there's a little bit of heaviness and possible fear in this moment as well. But this eclipse invites us to sit with ourselves and be comfortable and connect with that core of who we are and make decisions about what we don't need anymore. What might we let go of to make ourselves lighter in this moment of transition and heaviness? Let me just look and see if there's anything else. Oh, we also have, so there is a lot of heavy energy in Pisces, the sign that's opposite of Virgo. We've got Saturn there, we've got Neptune in the North Node and the sun as well. So where our vision and our light might be is a longing. Pisces is more, the opposite sign of Virgo is about the desire to connect with something deeper, with the oneness, the vast oceanic expanse of existence, and a longing for that. So you could see these two energies connected to each other. If we have a little bit of fear or melancholy around our faith, which is Pisces, and if we're feeling a little flooded emotionally, Pisces is a water sign. And if we're also feeling confused because Neptune is there, adding a bit of confusion, and the North Node is expanding that confusion, then you can see that one way to find or to balance the equilibrium may be that connection with the deeper part of ourselves and a lightening, a letting go of that which does not belong to us. So best of luck with this new moon eclipse. The energy of, full moon eclipse. The energy of lunar eclipses, this one will last a couple of months. So you may find this shedding and letting go just coming into your life over the next couple of months. And I'll see you soon when we talk about the next eclipse on March 29th. Thanks.